Okay, so we can start here on the left. Marian.
My name is Marian Williams. I am an engineer by day and part-time real estate agent by night, and I'm here to get a jumpstart on wholesaling.
Okay, wholesaling, perfect. Okay, Ivan.
Hello, my name is Ivan. I'm a physical therapist during the day as well, and I currently have a rehab going that I'm going to keep as a rental in Berwyn, and I'm here to network and learn how to find deals.
Okay, perfect. Welcome, Ivan.
My name is Scott Fletcher. I also am doing this on the side. I'm a high school teacher most of the year. So I have a 3-unit that I bought in September, and now I'm looking to get my next one.
Perfect. Thank you, Scott.
Dan Barron here, and I'm just here because I love to listen to Hugo talk.
That's hilarious. Thank you, Ben.
My name is Aaron. I'm just here to see what this is all about and try to learn.
Okay, perfect. Welcome, Aaron. So, have you done anything in real estate? Brand new. Perfect. Welcome.
Hi, I'm
Bella.
Bella. I'm signed last week. I'm just long time ago I'm new. It's kind of new. I'm trying to deal with yoga.
Okay, perfect. Welcome, Bella.
Hello everyone, this is Dick Woolsey. I'm also brand new. So far I'm house hacking right now in Jefferson Park, Chicago, and I have 9 to 5 jobs, so I'm working in cybersecurity industry. So yeah, working full time in the daytime and looking for something to do buy and hold or building a rental portfolio. So yeah, thanks and nice to meet you all.
Thank you. Welcome, Rob.
Hello, my name is Rob. I joined the group in December, and I recently returned, so I got some knowledge, I got some time. I'm looking to bring up for those who need a little of that, and let's see what we do.
Perfect. Welcome, Rob.
Hi everyone, my name is Oscar Aguilar. I've been following you for like a year, right?
Right.
Wholesaling and learning as much as I can. And I think today we're gonna join the team.
Perfect. Welcome, Oscar.
Hey, how's it going? My name's Josh Aranda. I'm one of 3. Like you kind of heard a little bit about how my story is going here, but been in the real estate game for a minute now. Just got done selling 2 of our flips, one in Waukee and one in Mundelein. Currently looking for some new projects right now, so any wholesalers in the room got anything. Me and my partners are looking to purchase, typically like to stay up in the Lake County area, but hoping if it works number-wise, we're willing to buy in order. So rentals, flips, anything. So, but yeah, that's my.
Perfect.
Hi, I'm Keith. I'm also a new kid on the block. And what I bring to the group is experience in wholesaling. So, if you're looking to flip or know someone who does, send them my way and we can work the numbers.
Perfect. Welcome, Keith.
Hi, my name is Brad Taylor. Hi, Hugo.
Hey, Brad.
I'm a media producer and also own a 3-flat in Cicero. So just looking to keep expanding and learn how to do flips as well.
Okay. Perfect. Welcome.
Hi everyone, my name is Manuel Rico, and I'm also new in the group. I want to just increase the rental portfolio.
Perfect. Welcome, Monroe.
Hi, my name is Andre Baldry. Excuse me, I'm a wholesaler. I'm a realtor here in Chicago area, and I'm also an investor. So here to network, and that's about it.
Perfect. Awesome.
Hi all, my name is Bob Silith. I'm a broker and investor. Currently working on behalf of Lyle. just like Dan, I like coming to these just to see Hill's face.
Okay.
Funny thing, I sat right next to Hugh like on real estate and I'm like probably 8 years ago. And then I started joining his events, so it's like he's growing. His family's growing.
Exactly. 4 kids, unbelievable. Thank you. Thank you for joining. I think Joe.
I am Joe. I'm currently working at a rehab / turning into a rental. Been coming to these meetups for a couple of years now, and yeah, just looking to network more and looking to get more wholesale stuff.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. So anybody on the line who would like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Brian. A full-time job as a building engineer, also a real estate broker, and I'm also new to the
I
group.
don't think we can hear Brian. Let me see how we can get this.
Hello, can you hear me now?
My speaker up.
Yeah, can you turn on the speaker? Perfect. Maybe, yeah, you can. So go ahead, Brian.
Yep, I'm new to the group. I'm also looking to become an investor as anybody else. Well, my mic is giving you feedback, so I'm just gonna mute.
You're good now. Go ahead.
Okay, yes, like I was saying, I'm new to the group. I'm also a real estate agent, and I'm a building engineer for AT&T in downtown Chicago. And I'm looking to start my flipping business so I can retire doing what I like to do, which is real estate.
Hello,
Go ahead, Michelle.
my name is Michelle Walker, and I'm been with the group for over 6-7 months. I am an investor, and I'm looking to increase my rental portfolio as well as do some flips. And I'm just looking to network with other investors and see who I can JV with.
Hello, Annalise.
Hi, how are you? Can you guys hear me?
Yep. Go ahead.
I'm trying to pull up the meeting on my laptop here instead.
We hear you. If you wanted to introduce yourself.
Oh, sure, of course. Hi, everyone. My name is Annalise Porte. I joined, I want to say about 5 months ago. Time flies. And I am looking into joint ventures, primarily buying and holding. I do a few flips, but not as many as buy and hold. I am also a private lender, and I've known Hugo and Frida for quite a while now. I want to say like close to 6 years. And I know a lot of you here too. I am also a full-time real estate agent with Keller Williams and have been an investor for 12 years or so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's get started. Now you can mute me your screen. Thank you, Rob. Okay, so today's objective is to bring some deals to you guys to see if we're going to analyze them, and then let's find out if we can do some JVs and partner up on deals. We're also going to go over the stats of what we've done as a group in the last 4 months. Okay, so let's get started. So for those of you who don't know me, we've been in the business full-time for the last 3.5 years. I was very fortunate to be able to publish a book with the blueprint, A through Z, on how you can build the rental empire. So if you still don't have the book, please come get it at the end of the meeting. So these made it to the Amazon Hot New Releases for real estate. Very fortunate, okay? So make sure that you get it. It's super simple. It took about a year's worth of effort to publish this, but it wouldn't have been possible without you guys' support. Okay, so definition of success. So we created Deal Makers, and this is the summary that we've done in the last 4 months. Okay, 37 transactions, 145,000 in wholesale profits. So we've made 21 purchases. So these are all the purchases and everyone part of the group. Now, as you can see, some of these properties are in red, Deal Makers. So this is a new approach that we've taken. So I do want to emphasize these. As you can see, Deal Makers in there. So when we buy a property now, moving forward, we are creating a new entity, okay? And we're adding a bunch of you guys into the entity. So we give you at least 1% ownership on the property. Now you may wonder, why are we doing this? For the simple reason of giving you a track record. Because guess what? When you get into real estate, if you're thinking about buy and hold or flipping, when you go to a lender, it could be a hard money lender or a private money lender, the first question they're gonna ask you, what's your experience in the last 24, 36 months? If you say 1, 2 deals, 3 deals, they don't wanna work with you. They don't even wanna give you the money. Even, and if they give you the money, especially hard money lenders, are going to ask you for 20, 25% down. You people with that experience are too much of a liability to the lenders. And now, I met up with a lender yesterday, and they told me, Hugo, now even if they give a bigger down payment, lenders, when we sell the loans, they don't want to take these type of loans. So we're looking for at least 3 to 5 properties under your belt. So now that is why we're buying these properties, creating a new LLC, adding a bunch of you guys. So when we sell these flips, boom, it counts as a track record for you, okay? Now the importance of it is that not only will you increase your track record, but also you're gonna have hands-on experience. Some of you are gonna get really boots on the ground on these projects. Like for instance, I can think of Jessica. She's been running around in most of these properties, going to the village, inspectors, permits, and so forth, right? So you can get as much involved as you want, and we're gonna pay you $25 an hour, okay? Now you also have the option to invest money into that. So it's super simple. If you invest less than 10,000, we're gonna give you 12% interest on your money, which is awesome. If you invest over $10,000, we're gonna give you a profit split that is proportionate to your investment, okay? So in this case, for instance, Manuel, right, you invested about how much? 10,000, okay? So he's in the borderline, so he's got the option to get a profit split when we sell the property, or get 12% interest on his money. And we have many deal makers who are just putting money. So instead of having your money sit in the bank, make a return, right? Make a return. So even if it's $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, you're gonna make 12%. Nobody's gonna pay you that anywhere. Plus you get hands-on experience on these deals. And again, I've talked to some lenders, and they're so straightforward. They said, Hugo, please don't send us newbies. I mean, it's sad, but it's reality. And now it's going to be even more strict. Before they were looking at 3 properties under your belt in the last 24 months. Now they're looking at 5. When you have 5 properties under your belt, you're going to get the best terms, meaning they can give you 90% of the purchase price and they will finance 100% of the rehab, okay, which is awesome. Interest rates are going to go anywhere between 8 to 10%. So this is Harmony loan. So it's expensive money, but it's like cash, okay? The rate is going to depend on your FICO, experience, number of deals, and so forth. But still, we want to make sure that we bypass that obstacle that is holding investors back big time, okay? So overnight, when we flip these properties in the next few months, newbies are going to be looked as seasoned pro investors in the eyes of the lenders, which is huge. It's a big, big plus. Let me give an example. Like, for instance, we had a couple of few deal makers that they were asked to bring 35 to 40,000 instead of like 20,000. So you see the difference. When you have anywhere between 3 to 5 properties under your belt, then the savings are going to be huge. You're going to be saving tens of thousands of dollars on every transaction, meaning you're going to be able to keep your reserves. And that's huge, because no wonder why newbies don't even get started in real estate. Even if you have 40, 50,000, you're going to get wiped out in the first deal. That's simple. Your reserves will be gone, okay, if you don't have any deals. So that is why we're getting rid of that. So in the next 4 to 6 months, everyone is going to be a seasoned investor. I want every single deal maker to have at least 3 to 5 properties under your belt. Okay, so whenever you decide to get funding on your own, you're going to be like, there won't be any difference between you and me. Let's put it that way. It is that simple when it comes to funding. Okay, so that's something that nobody's doing but us. So super important. Now, if you want to put your name on these properties, we're charging $1,000, okay, to put your name on these properties. And that's the best investment. I wish I had had these when we started in real estate. I would have happily paid $5,000 so that in 3-4 months, I'm going to be saving tens of thousands of dollars when I go to lenders. So that's huge. That applies primarily to Harmony lenders. Private money lenders is the same thing, right? If you don't have any experience, they just don't want to lend money to you. Okay, so now let's go over. So these are more properties that, again, we bought 21 properties. So these are some of the other properties. As you can see, Sixto is been killing it lately. Okay. Now, as far as on the contract, we're closing on these properties in the next, like tomorrow, we have 2 closings. Nick Andrews and Sixto, they're closing tomorrow. Mary, I think probably this week, Friday. Roy might be next week. Rich should be happening anytime, either this week or next week. Most likely next week. Okay, so these are coming down the pipe. Now, 16 wholesale deals. So investor of the month, let's give it up for Sixto Robles. Okay, so Sixto, he's done 7, I think he's online, but he'll be here shortly. He's done at least 7 transactions in the last month and a half. So great job. Now we have the MVP, and that goes to Russell Walker with 16 closings. So that is freaking amazing. So we're gonna give this certificate to Russell Walker for his for his high performance. 16 closings in the last 3 months, amounting to at least $145,000 in wholesaling fees. Okay. So congratulations, Russell. So one of the great things, right, is that, so let's leave it as this. MVP Russell. So that's funny. Back in November, I got a phone call from Russell. He was asking me, "Hey, Hugo, can I join your brokerage?" That was the best day in a real estate career, right? When he decided to join a brokerage. Ever since, Since he has an incredible business wholesaling, specifically, all his off-market deals are coming to the deal makers first. So we have a first-hand look at all these deals. Whatever we don't take, then they go out to the masses, okay, to the network. So that's one of the greatest things of being able to have Russell as part of the deal makers and our brokerage. Not only that, but he has training that we're making available to all the deal makers. Would you like to quickly cover what that entails, Russell? The CRM, the dialer, and so forth? Because the objective is for everyone to get engaged in wholesaling. What's the reasoning behind wholesaling? If the property makes sense, even if it's not the one that is for you, why should you leave money on the table? Wholesale, engage in wholesaling. So go for it, Russell.
Yeah, you guys are a fix and flipper and landlord, investor, and investor goal. To get the very best deals, what do you have to do? You have to make offers every single day, right? And if you want to get the biggest deals, the biggest spreads, you should be making lots of offers, right? And a lot of these deals as a fix and flipper, you're going to pass on because they don't make sense for you to maybe it's not a neighborhood you want to flip in or a neighborhood you want to be a landlord in. So instead, why don't you just wholesale that deal out, right? So you just create like another, like if you're fix and flipping now doing 10, 12 deals a year, why not start wholesaling deals that you're passing on and make an extra, like we're closing the deal next week in the Avondale, we're making $30,000 wholesale fee on. So like, why would you pass on wholesaling if you're a fix and flipper or a landlord? This should just be another tool in your belt. So if everyone's here for, hey, I just want to do rentals, I just want to do fix and flips. Okay, if that's your goal, you should be in the field making offers every single day, and then you're going to be able to cherry pick the best fix and flips, the best rentals. But at the same time, you're going to be able to find deals that you can just wholesale off to other investors that we have. And we have investors that are like, I mean, one investor I know is buying like 20 a month. I mean, it's insane how many properties they're buying. So we can feed them as many deals as possible. We just need to find deals. That's it, right? So we just need to find deals. And how we're doing that is, like, for example, me and you would partner. We teach you everything we know on how to wholesale. And you go out there and you're talking to sellers directly and you're making offers, and then you bring the deal to us, we sell it to one of our investors, and then you split the profit. So that's basically what we're doing on all the deals. Because I can't, like, for one person to do it, for me to do it by myself, I can only do like maybe a few deals here and there, like maybe a couple deals a month on my own. But with partners, we can do unlimited deals. Like these buyers have enough funds to close as many deals as we bring. So why not take advantage of that and then use you guys as partners, and you guys can make money at the same time. And it's not like you said, it's been a lot more than $150,000 in the last 3 months.
Oh yeah.
We closed one Friday, 10 grand, another one, 8 grand today.
Exactly. So we didn't take those into account. It's gone over 150,000.
Yeah, so we're close to 1.7 or so in the last 3 months. So yeah, you guys can make that kind of money. Like I'm sure a lot of you guys would be okay with making an extra 10 grand or just 20 grand a month. And that's gonna change your life, right? So that's what we're doing. We're just like teaching you everything we know, and we're just putting my mind into your mind and say, hey, here's how we're doing it. You just copy the system, we clone it, we give it to you, and you just copy it. We have scripts that you follow. We have a CRM that automates the offers, so you don't really need to think too much about because we have a script we follow step by step, and we have a system that actually makes the offers for you. So you don't really have to think too much as far as it's just, hey, just follow the system. We don't have to, don't try to create something outside the box. It's already working. Why not just follow the system that you already have, right? So that's what we're doing. I think you also are going to invite them to the deal making, someone that's not part of it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So every single deal maker is going to need to be part of these. So we're pretty much combining efforts, systems, infrastructures for everyone to do this. And an example of this is Michelle Walker, right? So Michelle Walker, we partnered up on a deal with her in Brighton Park, right? So we bought the property for $116,000. How much do we have it on the contract for?
150.
150. Okay, so it's a wholesale. It's an assignment. So it's over 30,000. So what we're going to be really good at is the disposition, meaning moving the property, selling the property. combining his cash buyers list with ours, we can move the deal if it makes sense, right? So the objective is for you guys to become the acquisition specialist, just getting the property on the contract. That's going to be critical. And if we get the property on the contract, then we will also invite you to become a capital partner, which was the case of Michelle Walker, a deal maker, right? So she was a capital partner in the deal. We needed to close on the property in just 3-4 days. Michelle said, hey, I want to participate. Perfect. So we knew we could move the deal because ARV is over 300,000, like 330, 340. Once you put in about 100,000. So that's an example of getting you guys involved into wholesaling. That should be part of your tool set, as Russell mentioned.
Right. And you get to cherry pick the best deals. The deals that have the biggest, juiciest spread, of course, you want to take those on yourself and flip it, right? And then you'll be able to wholesale the other deals. So, and the only way to find the biggest, best deals is that you're in the field making offers every day. That's the only way, right? If you're just out there making one offer a month or one offer a week, and you're just trying to buy, a couple properties a year, then yeah, you're going to make that money. The money that you're going to make at the end of the year is going to be directly reflected on the offers you're making. So it's just a numbers game. So what we do is we just teach people, hey, you got to make, if you really want to make good money in this business, 10 grand, 20 grand a month, you got to make 3, maybe 5 offers a day every 5 days a week at least, and you got to do it consistently every single week, day in, day out. And that's what we do. I mean, we just basically simplify the process. Just hey, step 1, follow the script. Step 2, make the offer. Step 3 is what you do. So we just you don't have to think create anything new. You just follow what we're doing and you just plug it in. That's it.
Perfect.
Russell, how many people do you have working for you?
What's that?
How many people do you have working
for me? So I mean, there's some people that are currently that are like okay with doing a couple deals a year, which is fine. They make the extra 20 grand a year. And there's some people I partner with that do deals every month. So as far as how many people total, at least 60, 70, I think that are active that make an offer. Yeah. But there's some people I will hear from for a couple of years, and then they come back like, oh, okay, let's do a deal. Yeah. Like one deal we closed, I haven't heard from the guy in 3 years, and then we closed a deal and made 20 grand. So it's just whenever they feel like working. I can't force anyone to put in the work, right? To you guys.
Perfect. Thank you, Russell. So these are just examples of the properties that we're buying as a group, and these are all the deal makers added onto the properties. Like for instance, this property in Dalton, we bought it for 62. We put in 35, so all in is 100,000. This is prior to the rehab. Right now, after a month and a half, we put it on the market for 170. We got an offer for 182 on this property. With a 4,000 credit. So overnight, all these people are going to get credit for it. Okay. So that's an example that it's already on the contract. Now it's not too late. If you guys are still interested in becoming part of this, we can add your entity, not your name. As you can see, we're going to be adding your entity. Okay. So let me go to the next one. Okay. This one, we just got the permits today. And we have over 95% of the work completed. So again, this is going to go in the market in the next week or so. So we bought it for 62. We put in about 35. We have a JV with Christine from the Deal Makers. But again, we added a bunch of deal makers. So the ARV on this is a 3-bedroom, 1-bath in Markham. It's about 145 or so. Yeah, so everyone is investing, some of them at least 1,000, some are investing more. Okay, so we're going to pay them interest on their money. So this is in Markham. This will go on the MLS in about a month's time, in about a week. This is also going on the market. We're almost complete. We redid the entire property. So we bought these for 100. We're putting about 45,000. We did the windows outside, the inside, 3 bedroom. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. ARV is about 230, 235. So these will go on the market in about a week's time. Okay. So it's not too late if you're interested. Diego is doing this property in Plymouth, Markham as well. So it's the same concept that we want you to be part of. Okay, so now let's dive into some deal analysis. We have a couple of properties that are on the contract that we want to do a deal, no deal analysis.
That lender, that 100%, they only part 3 deals, in the last 3 years.
Okay, so Russell has a contact. Let me charge this. Would you like to quickly talk about that? Yeah.
Yeah, we connected with a lender from one of our investors that was 100% financing, 100% purchase. So that means you don't have to come out of pocket with nothing, right? So as long as you have 3 deals closed in the last 3 years, so this is perfect for that, right? So if you have that, then you can get financing 100%. You don't have to come out of pocket. So in that case, you can do like you just close on it, 100% financing, and then sell it within 3 weeks, and never come out of pocket with anything, right? So you can do as many deals as you want, right? So I think that's a huge plus. And that lender works with one of my big buyers that we're working with, so he's the one that connected me with them. So they're a pretty legitimate lender that's funding out there. So
coming in a little muffled, Russell.
What was the question, Jerry?
Russell was a little bit muffled.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, yeah, he'll cover that again. Oh, please come in, Freddie, come in. Okay, guys, so we're going to look at some deal, no deals. But just as a quick summary, to be successful in real estate, you need a network, okay? You need a group of people, and that's where the success is going to come from, because we are in the people's business, okay? So our commitment is to bring deals to you, okay? That's number one. And then we're going to help you do JVs. So right now, as you can see, we're doing JVs with every single deal maker, okay? And then we're buying properties, and everyone is being part of it. So this is where we're bringing success to you guys. We're helping line up funding for you through either hard money lenders or private money lenders, okay? If you have a great deal, we'll tap into our capital resources. And lastly, the biggest headache of all real estate investors is contractors. So we've been working closely, all these properties that are being rehabbed, and we're sharing resources. So we have a big pool of contractors, and it's been an amazing experience because it's no longer a headache, right? So we're sharing resources, electricians, plumbers, HVAC, GCs, you name it. So that's been working out amazing. So Russell, shall we do the deal, no deal on the properties you have right now to present and quickly analyze? Were there any questions on the line?
You said it's not too late to add.
Correct. It's not too late to add you guys onto these properties that we are about to put on the MLS.
So I just contact support for what I want to add additionally, right?
Yes, please. Please email support, and we'll make sure that we have you. Let me share the screen, Russell, so that people see. Okay, so we're going to share our screen, and then we're going to present some deals. And I know some of you may have some deals that you need help analyzing, so let's go over those. We do a deal, no deal, and if it's a deal, we right away ask who's interested in being part of this. I know, Annalie, you have a deal that you want help with, so we'll go over that as well. Is everyone being able to see Russell's screen?
So this is a deal in Auburn, Gresham area, Chicago.
Okay, let me. Oh, you know what? Let me.
Can you hear me? Yeah. So there's a deal we have in Auburn, Gresham area of Chicago. It's a brick bungalow.
It does need, I would say, a total rehab. The first floor is the only thing that's finished. Basement's unfinished. Second floor is unfinished. It does have a dormer though, because that's a big plus because you know, if you don't have a dormer, usually you have to have a dormer to add a bathroom up there in a second level on bungalows. So let's see, this property is located right on 87th and Halsted in the Auburn Gresham neighborhood. So right around here. So we are asking $99,000 for it. So what I'm doing is just looking at this properties that sold in the last 6 months that are similar.
Are you able to hear Russell on the line? Can you guys hear Russell on the line? Okay.
So we have one at 307, 269, 267, 262. So I would say ARV on this is around 270. Where's it contract? It's a 2-bedroom, yeah. So you're gonna finish the basement on this and finish the second level. So there's three levels on this. So it's about 3,000 square feet you need to finish. So you're probably looking at like 120 grand rehab in the property. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna turn it into, you know, you can put 2 on the upstairs, 2 in the basement. So it could eventually be like a 6-bedroom, 3-bathroom. So you know what, this property, you're gonna add the second level. Once you finish that second level, it's gonna be about 1,400 to 1,500 square feet around that. Because the second level in the bungalows, usually you're adding about 500 square feet or so. So once you finish that second level, you see these properties are 5-bed, 3-bath, 6.2 or 4.2. So the ARV is closer to about 295 to 300. And of course, you know, some investors may just want to just finish that first level so they don't have to put too much money into it and just sell it for a lower price. But what I'm looking at is, hey, if you finish all 3 levels and totally rehab it, what's the highest value it's going to sell for? And if you take a look at these properties, their total gut rehab, like everything is going to be brand new in them. You see that? So we need to make our property similar to this one, which is going to cost, I would say close to 100 and, so you're looking at 3 levels times 921. So we got about 2763 square feet. So we're looking at about 83, maybe about $83,000 rehab cost.
So when he speaks, can you hear him online?
Good.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. I don't have my pictures, and because I'm not using my computer, but so we do the formula of around 295, 75% of that minus the rehab cost. We're coming out with around 138, and we're selling it for 99. So there's a pretty good spread on the deal for an investor. So if you guys do want to take a look at it, anyone wants to take a look at it, we do have it on the lockbox. And this deal that just came through, another one of our partners got the deal from tax delinquencies. You know, just skip tracing, cold calling tax delinquent lists, and this property is behind on their taxes. So that's how we found the lead. Was anyone interested in taking a look at this one? Yeah. Anyone online? If you guys are interested, just reach out to us. We can send you the lockbox code on it. Like I said, the brick bungalows over there in Auburn Gresham are going for 300 and over. So you're getting this for about 100,000. So if you can keep the rehab close to about 90,000, 80,000, I think there's a big spread for you.
Hey, Russell Delvin, I'd like to take a look at that one.
Delvin, what's up, man?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Yeah, just reach out to me. You got my email, so just reach out to me. I'll send you the code, and you can go take a look at it, all right?
Okay, sounds great.
Yeah. I was done. And then we have another one in West Pullman area. So 19 East West 118th Street. This property, the outside is doesn't need pretty much anything. It's the inside. It's like a total rehab on the inside. So you can see the outside is in pretty good shape. It just needs some landscaping. The inside needs a total gut rehab. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but Redfin moved their little their tab where you can count properties. So what I got to do is just type in the neighborhood to find the area where all the properties are at. So this property is right off of 119th and State Street. So right around here. So we're looking for sold houses in the last 6 months. So West Pullman and Roseland are pretty similar areas. It's like right on the border of West Pullman and Roseland. So I wouldn't consider Roseland a higher price neighborhood than Pullman. I would say they're pretty similar. So we have a comp at 230. That's frame right here. We have a comp at 188, 175, and this one is a frame too, so 175. So you're looking at ARV. So we have a couple at 175, one at 188, and then one at 230. Probably around 188, 190, somewhere around there is ARV on the property. So on the south side, what you want to do is you don't want to use brick comps if you got a frame, because frames sell a lot cheaper than the bricks usually. So you never want to take a frame house and comp it with a brick. Bricks, you can do the opposite, because bricks usually sell a lot higher than the frame. So you can do the opposite of that, right? So we're at 190, 75% of that minus. So there's about 1,600 square feet in it. Times $30 a square foot. I think we came up with an estimate around 60,000 rehab total. So 190 minus $60,000 rehab. So if you use a formula of you get the after rehab value times 75% minus the rehab costs, we get about 82,000. So we're selling this deal for 59,000. So if anyone's interested in this, it is on a lockbox. It's vacant. There's nobody in there. And we literally have a few blocks down the street from this one but that one does need the entire roof. The outside needs to be totally gutted. I'm gonna pull that one up next. So this one is We're asking $59,000 for it. It's vacant. If you guys want to take a look at it, it is on a lockbox. You're talking about well, I mean, it really depends on the architect, because you're gonna have to get permits because it's a total gut rehab. So you're probably looking at like 6 months turnaround time as far as getting the permits, like inspectors and all that. With the $60,000 rehab.
And are you finding that on the back end, this is typically going to an investor or retail?
I mean, this could be a good deal for someone that maybe wants to just hold it and rent it out or flip it. Yeah. So either one, yeah. So we have one right down the street, 136 East 118th. Chicago. So I'm not going to pull the comps on this one because it's just like a few blocks away. It's the same thing. It's vacant. It needs a total rehab. But this one does need the exterior rehab. So it needs a new roof, needs new siding. On the other side of the house, you'll see like siding falling off. This one needs a total, needs inside and outside, brand new everything. And then this one we're selling for $49,000. And I would say about the same ARV because it's like 2 blocks down the street, and it's about the same size. It's about the same size house. So if we look at 136 East 118th place. I would say about 80 because you need to do the outside too. Yeah, but this one's a little bit bigger. It's about 200 square feet bigger. You're gonna finish the basement. You're gonna have to add bedrooms, like at least 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. So make it like a 4-2. And again, if the ARV is around 190. 75% of that minus $80,000 rehab. We're looking at, you should buy this at most 62. We're selling it for 49. So I don't know how to get rid of that. You run out of memory. And then I have like 10 other properties for sale, but we'll be here all night if we do that. You want me to keep going with more deals, or?
So the question is, we need to do deal non-deal, right? So far, let's just quickly recap. The first one, what was the asking price, Russell?
Oh, what was the first one? 99.
How much is the rehab?
I'd say around 90.
90.
Yeah, 90.
So the ARV?
Close to 300, 290.
300,000. So how do you analyze deals, right? So purchase 100, rehab 100, ARV 100. More, so 300,000. Is that a good deal or not? How do you analyze? How do you determine quickly without calculators or anything if it's a good deal? So Rob, you know that.
Well, in this case, you're looking for 100,000 square. So using that criteria, this one might be okay. Other than if you're doing a 30%, you're doing 30% off the top.
Right.
So 30% minus construction yield your max out lot. Right?
Right. So let's just keep it simple. If you need a spread of, you need 100,000, right? So from the all-in cost, the purchase was the rehab, you get a big spread. Okay. So the because when it comes to refinancing, let me give you a quick example. You buy it for 100, let's say you put in 50, so 150,000. The tax price for 200,000, so you need that 25% equity in the back end. That's a critical point. Okay? If you don't have that, it's not a good deal. So remember, think about this. Divide, I'm going to put it so simple with focus. Okay, so let's imagine you have 4 quadrants. Okay, so between the purchase and the rehab, you're going to take 3. 1/4 should be your equity. So that's how you can quickly analyze it here. So in this case, tell me, is this a good deal if 100 plus 100 and they need a purchase for 300? So only 200,000 and they need a purchase for 300. So 1/3 is equity. Is that a good deal? It is, right? Because we're looking for 1/4 equity. Remember, purchase and rehab should be 3/4. 1/4 should be your equity to make it a good deal. So the question there comes is, are you willing to do 100,000 rehab? Mm-hmm. That's the big question, right? Because once you go over 80,000 rehab, guess what? You're touching every single system. HVAC, plumbing, electric, windows. Obviously, you require permits, road inspections, building inspections. So your rehab goes through the roof, and so does your risk, right? So it's something that you need to take into account. To take on these type of projects, you do have to have some sort of reliable tool or a partner that is a GC, right? So they can sort of skill the game, make sure they can guarantee success on the deal. It's doable. It's not impossible. So the question is, are you willing to do that, right? And remember, so we are in the business of investing, right? So we want to be in and out as soon as possible, right? That's the key. But we've done recaps of over 150,000. Obviously, they've taken longer, the risk goes higher, but the reward, the payoff could be huge. Okay, it's just personal preference. But if you're a newbie, these are not the deals for you. Okay, so unless you have other partners, right? So that's the key. You can partner up on these deals. So my suggestion, even if it's a good deal, you've got to have a partner, right? So that you diversify the risk and you know who to partner with. So ideally, you bring in GC. So we have Roy, we have Stanley, who's on the line. We have Alberto. We have few GCs in the group, so that they'll be like the perfect JV partner, okay, for this deal. If you have a spread. So that's one that, so what we're going to do is we're going to recap all of these. We're going to do the purchase, the recap, the ARV, and then for everyone that is in the session, so that you let us know if you want to go see it, because they're all in a logbox, right? Mm-hmm. So you guys can go check it out. Okay, so we'll recap, we'll go and do a recap of every single one of them. What's the second one, Roxo? Or the one that you think has a lot of potential for
the second one we looked at?
Yeah, the second one.
Oh, 1-9.
Yes, go ahead.
Pay 6 months mortgage, 6 months electricity, including or it's only
That's a great question. So the question is, if the rehab is going to be 60,000, 90,000, that is just for the rehab itself. That does not include the carrying cost. So your carrying cost is the cost of money. If you're borrowing money, you're paying interest on it. Your taxes, your insurance, your utilities. Pretty much operating expenses to run the property. So that's something important to keep in mind, okay? Your carrying cost. So that's exactly. So your carrying cost, let's say on a 200,000 project, 100 for the purchase, 100 for the rehab. So the cost of money on a 200,000 loan is going to be 1% of that per month. So 2,000, just the cost of money, plus taxes, insurance, utilities. So you're looking at anywhere between 300 to 500, at least more like 500. So your chemicals will be 2,500 per month. Okay, so the longer you keep the project, the less your profit becomes. Okay, so that's something great question to keep in mind. Okay, so just take all the all-in cost and take 1%. That's going to be the cost of money per month, 1%. So estimating 12 interest on a loan annualized, so that's 1% of the total amount per month. Great question. So the second property, Russell, that you were mentioning, so this is 49,000.
This one's 59.
59. How much is the rehab?
60,000 is just interior rehab. Exterior is in good shape.
Exterior is how much?
The exterior is in good shape. There's 60,000 total.
60,000 total. So only 120
ARV. We got 190.
190. So
Yeah.
120. Is that a good deal or not? So only 120 ARV 190. Is that a good deal? Absolutely, absolutely. Because remember the quadrant. That's how you can easily analyze a property. So 120 is less than 3/4, and it appraises for almost 190, right? So you have more than 25% equity. So it's a good deal. 60,000. So let me tell you, the sweet spot on the rehab is less than 75,000. Right now, when you open up a house, over 90% of the houses will be medium rehabs. There's not such a thing as cosmetic rehab. It's rare. 1 out of 20. Okay? So your minimum rehab on a 3-bedroom, 2-bath is going to be 45,000. That's the minimum. Okay? Assuming there's not much exterior work. If you're going to do exterior work like siding, windows, garage, roof, driveway, cement work all around, then it's going to be 40 because up to 60. Okay, so, John, what are you considering cosmetic? What are you considering medium? Cosmetic is when over 95% of the properties you need to do new kitchen and new bathrooms. Cosmetic, you don't need to redo them. You're going to reuse the same kitchen cabinets, and you might update or change the vanity, the mirror. That's about it. So you're not redoing it, but you're not touching something else. Exactly. So then it's going to be a cosmetic. But even cosmetic, the minute you open up a house is going to be 50,000. So before pre-pandemic, we used to do the rehab on a 1,500 square foot for the house for about 30, 35. Now it has gone up to 45. So before we used to take the square footage, multiply that by 20. So if it was a 1,500 square foot property times $20 per square foot, it's 30 plus the cushion, 35,000. Now you multiply that times $30. So now it goes up from 30 to 45,000. That's assuming you don't need much extensive work on the outside. If you need extensive work on the outside, you multiply it times $40. So 1,500 square feet times 40 is 60,000. So 60,000 for inside out. Okay, but cosmetic is really rare. I mean, the Markham property that I showed you guys earlier on Marsfield, that's a cosmetic work. It was from the MLS. It was listed for 120, but it had front space issues. We ended up getting a great deal for 62,000, but we spent 10,000 on just crawl space repairs. Okay, but in the inside, it's beautiful. We don't need to do kitchen, bathroom, so that's rare. Yeah. Okay, so most of the work was on the crawl space and front. So this is an example of a good deal. Okay, so again, we have a lockbox for this, right? So we're going to share that for those of you who are interested in checking this out. Again, the sweet spot is keeping the rehab below 75,000 ideally. If not, then actually we have a really good GC JV or agreement with it's going to begin with a GC for sure. So that's one. The other one, Russell, can we put up the third one?
square footage, that makes a difference or something?
So the square footage, yeah, it does make a difference. Now, there's always, this may not be 100% accurate because listing agents sometimes take into account let's say, if it has a basement, you're not supposed to add the square footage of the basement because technically it's not a livable space. Okay, so well, this looks like a small house, but some of these houses will not take into account the government, right? If it was potentially done without permits and so forth. So this is just public record. So it might not be accurate. So this is going to be over 800 because they're not taking into account the permit upstairs. So this one is
this one's 49,000.
49 rehab.
80,000.
80,000 and ARV.
About 190.
So all in is 80 plus
49.
50, so that's 130. And the ARV 190.
About 190. Yeah.
So is that what they are? Yeah, you have enough equity in the back of it. So again, we're going to show the lockbox in that one.
I want to do just one more, and that Jerry, who's part of the deal makers, deal that he has.
Yes. I like that saying. Oh, okay. So let me make sure that.
He quit. I think he went off the meeting.
So let me make sure that online.
Vicky.
Can they see Russell okay?
Can you guys hear me online?
No.
Yeah, we can hear
Can
you.
you guys hear me online?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so let me.
We hear you loud and clear.
You're still a little muffled, but we can hear you, Russell.
Awesome.
Frozen at 118.
I'm not hearing much of anything right now.
So we're gonna fix the screen sharing in just a second. So.
I'm just looking at 6 though, so I don't know what's going on.
Drop something out.
Same here, just looking at 6 stuff.
Got too many tabs open. You got too many tabs open. Wow.
Okay, so join. Okay, this should be. Okay, so we'll be able to share the screen in just a second. Okay, so now we're sharing the screen. Hey, Brian, you showed properties how I wanted to make. How did it go? Can you let Brian? So this is the now which property? Oh, this is Jerry's. Jerry, you're on the line. So please have this property. What's the asking price now on this one?
105. Yeah.
105 ARV
is 240. We have is 60.
60. So only 170 ARV 240. So do the math. So the difference is 70. So is that the deal? Yes or no? Yeah. So is this on the logbox?
Yeah, this is on a lot.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna share how many more you.
I mean, we could be here all day. I mean, I got like 10 more.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna distribute the list of properties with ARV, rehab, and asking, right? And then let us know which ones you're interested in, and then we'll make sure that we make the showing with the. Then ideally, you connect with the deal makers or people in the group, right? If you're interested in doing that, by doing JVs, because it's kind of simplify doing deals if you partner, especially in fleets. Doing a partnership on rentals, it's very difficult because it's a long-term investment. The in and out on a JV, whereas rentals is a long term. So, are there any questions?
You said you're going to put up the list. Where will we find that?
Okay, so I will make sure that everyone signs in if you're, so that we send your email.
I have about 10 available. Yeah.
At least 10 properties. Okay, so we're going to make sure that we make that available. Of you, 10 properties, ARV, asking price, estimated recap. And that's going to also sort of give you your maximum offer based on the formula. So if you go for the ARV times 75% minus the recap, that gives you the most you should pay for the property. Why do you multiply the ARV times 75%? Because you want to make at least 30% profit. So that's what. And the other 5 is for your carry cost. So that is why you need to multiply the ARV times 75 minus the recap. So that accounts at least a 20% profit on the fleet and then 5% carrying cost. If you're not making those numbers, it's not worth it. So we're going to share that the link with you. We want to hear about holdbacks, right, from you guys. What's preventing you from making you more successful, right? That's going to be very, very important because we want to fully understand what's holding you back from taking it to the next level. So can we hear some volunteers? And we're going to tell you how we overcome those problems. Who wants to go first? Thank you.
In the shoe I am in that real estate business. I've been in it for about 10 years now. And what's holding me back from taking my business to the next level is professional people that know how to do their job. Everyone says I've been in the business 20 years, they got a lot of story for you. But when it comes down to doing the work, you see why they in the 4 years and still where they at because they don't take it serious and they don't respect the fact that you're paying them money.
So you're starting with contractors. Okay, so that's everyone's headache, okay? So let me just give you how we've overcome that. So obviously we have about three crews that we work with constantly, and this is the key. If you're babysitting your GC or the contractors, you're working with the wrong people. Something important, you never want to use handyman for rehabs like these. Handymen do not know the code, they're not licensed, they cannot move permits, so it's going to end up being, you would save pennies, it's going to cost you dollars down the road. That happened to us on our first transaction. We hired a handyman, he did everything wrong. We had to redo everything, it was horrible. So now we have the keys, so not even the keys, we just say go change the lockbox and go run with the project. They've got to be able to complete the project. So a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, about 1,400 square feet should be done. If you do pretty much flooring, painting, kitchen, bathroom, should take you 6 weeks. Assume no issues or delays with the village when it comes to permits. If you run into issues with the permits, you need to add the delay. So at least maybe 2 weeks of delay with the village. It could be 2 up to 4 weeks working with the village, but the rehab itself should not take more than 6 weeks. Plus the permits, so you're looking at maybe 2 months to 2.5 months for, I would say, a full rehab, okay? So again, the key is to use licensed contractors, and the question is, should you GC a project, yes or no? We choose not to, because when you start babysitting subcontractors, it's just a pain because then you are not able to synchronize the job. Everything needs to have a sequence, so it's best to hand it to the GC. Let him handle the headaches. They're going to have an upcharge of about 10% of the overall project expense, but it's totally worth it. Because otherwise, it's going to cost you more in the carrying cost by holding the project months and months and months. And not only that, but you're spending your time that is worth more trying to get better deals, but instead you're doing the rehab. So stick to what you're good at, right? The money's not in the construction business, so you should invest your money building relationships and focusing on identifying good deals. That's where your time is going to get you the most, okay? Not babysitting contractors or trying to do the rehab yourself. And it's from experience. I mean, I remember when we started, I wanted to make it like the handyman. So I went to this tenant, they had an issue with the door, I tried to fix it, and then I made it worse. And then I asked the tenant, is there anything else that you need fixed? And they go like, oh, no, thank you, we're good, we're good. So I went through a couple of experiences, right, that, I realized that was not my key. So you have to understand your weaknesses, your strengths, but as an investor, focus on building relationships. We've been getting so many off-market properties, and they come from relationships. Okay, so we're connected with the top key buyers from judicial auctions in the Chicagoland area. So there are primarily 3 groups. We're connected with the first and the third. Okay, so that's where we get a bunch of off-market properties. So we get batches of anywhere between 4 to 10 properties every 3 weeks. It's from relationships. Recently, we got a list of 84 properties off-market relationships. Prior to that, 21 in South Holland, relationships. And here and there, we get few deals off-market relationships, right? So your time will be wisely spent building relationships. So when you come to meetings, never be on your phone, talk to the person next door, because you never know how that person can change your life, not only as a business partner, but as a lifetime relationship or friendship, okay? So super important to keep that in mind. But again, working with contractors, licensed, bonded, they can pull permits. No handyman. Handymen are meant for upkeep of rentals. That's it. To fix minor things. So great. Scott?
What's a good place to find them?
The finding. So that's what we built in Chicago. Deal makers. We have a list, a big group of contractors that we're sharing among ourselves. Like for instance, Joe. Joe is working on the rehab in Markham. So is Joseph and Oz and Diego, and Basha. We have like 5 rehabs in Marco. Guess what? We're sharing the same contractors, electricians, plumbers, roofers. We communicate, right? So it was amazing. Windows, Dalton, the same thing. That's in the same thing. We have so many rehabs going on right now, and we're all sharing resources. So we have a 7:30 p.m. meeting every Tuesday. We share resources. We put them on the dashboard, but before we put them on the dashboard and share them with you, they're vetted, meaning that we use it before we share them. So that's the power, right, of the network. Scott, what's holding you?
During the school year, it's I really want to find someone that's knowledgeable for do a partnership. Going solo is a lot to take on. We have another full-time job. So, and then now that I'm entering summer, it's just finding property.
Okay, so great point. Finding the right partner. So what do we mean by that? How can you structure the deal so that you make it successful? So this is what you need on a deal. You need the capital partner, you need the crew to do the rehab, and ideally those are the 2 main partners. And obviously you need a deal. But that's our commitment to bring the deals. Between Russell and myself, we bring the deals. So now all you need to do is capital partner and the crew, right, to do the work. Now, how do you find a capital partner? So what we've done when you join Deal Makers, we send you the profile before, we profile you. So we know whether you have money, time, experience. So we have 2 buckets, money people, time people, or experienced people. So we facilitate the JV. If you don't have money, we want to make sure that you partner with people with capital and vice versa. We don't want you to partner with somebody who doesn't have money because you won't get anywhere, right? So that's how you make a wise JV. So again, it goes back to relationships. You've got to connect. In fact, that's what I've done in the last 2 years. That's been my job, building relationships. I stress to our backend support team, schedule one-on-ones with you, either via Zoom, in person, or over the phone, to understand, to connect. I mean, you'll be amazed. Some people I talked to them today, in a few months, they inherit a lot of money. It's just crazy, right? People that you're surrounded by. So the key is, when I see people, I think of them as a present, as a kid. How excited do we get when we open up a present, right? Even kids, right? That's what the LOL surprises and all these has become amazing. Like Amazon, when you get an Amazon package, everyone is, oh my goodness, so excited. Think of the same analogy with people, right? Like Freddie, when you meet Russell, right? Imagine you're opening up a present. Find out what they're all about. And remember, be a giver, never become a baker. Find out exactly what they're interested in and see how you can help. Because when people become bakers, they won't go too far. People, key players, when you interact with them, they're all about helping each other. There's never exchange of money. It's always about helping each other, building your business. So think how you can help. Like, let me give you an example. Like I told you about Jessica, she's part of the Deal Makers. She's been so hands-on in all these projects, going to the villages. She's got a lot of time. And then yesterday, she said, hey, Hugh, I'm interested in this property in Calvin City. I typically got there by 9:30, but it was 10 o'clock. I was pretty tired. She sent me an email. And, she's done so much for us. I made an effort. I was so tired, so I got up early. I looked into the deal. I happened to know the agent, and then I called her right away, 10 o'clock p.m. I said, you know what, this is how we should approach this deal. So does that make sense? So when you become a giver, automatically you'll get compensated. So that's critical. And I found this with all key players in the industry that I've been very close to, like Andrew Holmes, right? So I built a relationship with him for like 2 years, right? Always being a giver, providing, how can I make you more successful? How can I make your coaching business better? Bringing people to the 3-day, fine, I'll bring that. So we grew together, and I learned a lot. And I got connected to great key players in the industry, but by being a giver. I mean, I built a phone app for him, websites, Chicago Deal, so much, right, to make his business better. without anything in exchange. But naturally, it becomes his closest colleague, per se. Okay, so think about that. Open up a present. When you meet somebody, understand what their weaknesses and strengths are. How can you be of service to them? That's going to be critical. And if you think about these, all the most successful companies in the world make your life easier. Amazon, Google, right? Think about that. They make your life easier. So you can become a mini Amazon. How can we make your life easier, better, right? So, and because life is like a wheel, how do you call this? Yeah, it's like a wheel per se, like we're in a Ferris wheel, right? So think about that. Think of people like the most valuable asset that you can have, not only in business but as a person. Okay, thank you, Scott. Anybody else? I hope this is helpful for everyone when you're having holdbacks. Ivan, would you like to share?
Initially, I felt I did a lot of rehab for my personal property. So I had a condo, and I moved out of that. And I moved into a duplex outside. Then I moved into my house, and I had 3 rentals at one time. And so I was kind of learning things. I mean, this is before I got involved as a where I really wanted to invest. And so when I started, I felt like I had some experience. I know the contractors. I did not have a lot of time, and I did not have a lot of money. And so I was spinning my wheels. I tried to invest. I probably put out over 120 offers, and I got no deals. And obviously, frustration sets in, but that's part of the game, going through the learning process. And so, I analyzed myself and tried to figure out, okay, what do I need to improve? And so to take advantage of the market, I sold my first home residence. We did pretty well, and so now I do have some cash in the bank that I'm waiting to find the right deals for. And so I think I've strengthened, and I'm going through a lot of this process. I'm starting to analyze a little better, but specifically, I'm trying to learn more how to find off-market deals. So I know you can find deals on MLS. Competition is fierce. The deals have to happen pretty quick. So, and I even changed my work schedule. I used to work 5 days a week, now I work 3 days a week, so I can have 2 days during the week to try to go and see properties. So this morning, I had a property under contract. I went to closing and realized that it's not going to work. The foundation is not good. It's just not going to work. So I canceled that deal. Then I went to Berwyn and I had to add another permit. And then finally the permits have started, and they're starting to rehab on the property that I purchased back in March. It was a really long learning process of getting permits for Berwyn. And then I ran over to South Park in Marina Park. Wasn't really that good. And then another one in Blue Island, which is actually promising. So, and then I found out about this meeting as I was driving around, and I signed up to come and sit and network and try to learn. So I feel like I'm, definitely trying to push myself to go through the process, but I'm trying to change some things so I'm more able to position myself.
Okay, so one of the things that I hear you say is that you are chasing or going to see properties and then you end up realizing they're not good deals, correct? I think a lot of time could be saved by doing some analysis up front, due diligence up front before you even go see the property, right? So when analyzing deals super quickly, look at the location, right? Location is number one before you jump in the numbers. But the numbers need to make sense up front. So all you need is an ARV, estimated rehab, and then that's going to give you your max allowable offer before you even go see the property. But you go see the property when you have an appointment already. Are you going to meet the seller, or how are you accessing the properties?
With a realtor.
Oh, realtor. Okay. Okay, so these are MLS properties?
Yeah.
Okay.
The first one was off market, but the other two today were.
Okay, MLS. So when you went to see the properties, did you know what your max allowable offer was compared to the asking price?
Walking in.
So imagine the asking price is 100,000. Did you know before you went to see the property what your max allowable offer is? Okay, so that's a big mistake that everyone makes. So let me tell you what we're doing. Let me share my screen. Let's see.
Close it down.
Oh no, that's okay. And this applies for everyone. Okay. Let me share the screen. Okay, this is so slow. I think it's the next time over. I lost it. If you're on the line, can you send me the link to the SWOT alerts? I'll be able to pull that in just a second, but in the meantime, before, what I want to tell you is that what we're doing is we have a backend thing and we're scanning the entire MLS, right? So we're trying to identify potential deals. So when we come across a potential deal, in fact, like the one that I had up on the screen in South Holland that we went to see.
Can we pull that over? Do you want to share with you the two events that I want to look at?
Just a second. This way in South Holland also. Can you see this?
South Holland?
Yeah, it's super slow. We need to restart. Anyway, so we scan the MLS, and this is what we get. It's one of the first ones. So, no. It's a Zillow. I have closed. No, Zillow. Okay, so that's okay. So we scan the MLS, and then when we analyze a deal, we make sure that we know the ARV on the property and the rehab. So knowing that, with the formula that we use, we know the max allowable offer, so the most we should pay. So this is what we're looking for. If the max allowable offer is 110 and if the asking price is 100, we have a chance, right? So you're not going to go see a property that you do not know that your max allowable offer that is in some sort of vicinity, right, to the asking price. So there's a big difference between what they're asking. If they're asking 200,000 and the most you should pay for it is 150 or 130, there's no chance, especially if it's MLS. So that's something that we do on your behalf to save you time. Okay. So we have these SWOT alerts that we say daily, and we have our in-house brokers go build report with the listing agents right away. Okay. Anybody else would like to share one of the holdbacks, anything that is being difficult for you? Keith, Manuel, Marianne, anybody?
I think it's time and experience.
Time and experience. Okay. So how do you get around time and experience, right? The only way, well, first of all, and this is very true, let me tell you, there's no way for you to know everything in real estate. Even we're learning as we go. Every project we learn something different. So if you're waiting for all the stars to align perfectly, you'll never do anything. That will never happen. You just need to take action and execute. So the shortcut to that is to do a JV with somebody that knows more than you. That's the key. Somebody who's been there, somebody who's got experience. Because that's going to save you time, effort, money, everything, right? So you always need to have a peer that knows more than you or a mentor that you do a partnership. That's why that's what we're doing right now. We're doing partnerships with every single one of you to help you to make sure that we, get the deal and hopefully, obviously, make money. So that's what it is, but there's no shortcut on experience that you're going to gain with time. Okay? But again, do a JV with somebody with more experience. That's the key, and that brings what you lack. So again, money. So you don't have time and experience. So you need somebody with, you don't have capital, but you need somebody with experience. So you need to do a JV either with one of us or one of the deal makers. Some of them have a lot of experience. You saw like 6, right? You need over 6 deals. And many deal makers have a significant amount of deals. Anything else that's holding you guys back? Keep.
I'm a deal maker the last 3 weeks.
Yes.
And which makes me a real good.
You're right.
And just learned that I didn't know what I didn't know.
Right.
But after spending time with you and with Russell and with Frank, I've learned quite a bit. And just last night, you guys really shared with me about a property that I did, a shiny object. But by the time we got done analyzing it, it was a real problem. And I learned a lot from that. So I just want to share that with my knowledge of analyzing deals that I've learned from Russell and from you guys, it was a real bright light. And I just want to share that. But what I do bring is time and experience. And I'm happy to share what I lack is the capital.
Okay. Thank you, Keith. So yeah, that's absolutely right. Every single one of you should have a mentor. Just raise your hand if you do have a mentor that you can reach out to. Do you have a mentor? Raise your hand if you do. That's concerning. Do you guys have a mentor? Yeah, so I'm your mentor, so you should be able to reach out to me, right? So that's very critical. I do have mentors as well, because I don't know everything. In fact, this is something that I'm heavily on. The farther away that I stay from things, from day-to-day activities, the better things run. The minute I step in, I become the bottleneck of my own success. So you've got to have, because there are people who can do things better, faster, more efficient, and more effectively than you can, and less costly. So we are really heavy on hiring specialists. We focus on VAs, virtual assistants. They're across the world to make it successful. Okay, so what that tells you is that always have somebody, a mentor. Don't try to cover everything. And that's one of the biggest mistakes of investors, right? That they want to do so much and they end up doing nothing. Okay, that's big mistake. Focus on one thing, right? And again, bring relationships and focusing on making the best deals. But always have a mentor. You have to. You always have to have mentors. So even I have peers that become my mentors. Russell is a mentor. I always run things by him, by my wife, by a lot of people that I trust. In fact, we have an appraiser as part of the deal makers. So now we're bringing that to the table because we realize what's happening to the market right now is tanking, sinking. That we're seeing price adjustments, properties that we put on the market. Some of them we're having to drop the price, so they're not selling as fast. One, despite the inventory shortage, because interest rates for sure have affected the buyer's pool. So it's been the highest hike in the last 14 years. So at least 1 point. So right now the lowest you can get interest rate wise is 5.7. So that's affecting the buyer's pool. That's cost him price adjustments, 5 to 10%, up to 15% depending on the neighborhood. So now what's happening is that you need to be aware of declining ARVs in the near future, okay? So therefore now we're engaging Nick Andrews, he's an appraiser, so now I spoke with him today and I said, you know what, we're gonna need your professional services. He's a certified appraiser, so he's gonna be doing appraisals for our properties that on the buy and on the sell side. Super important. We're buying or selling, especially selling, right? Because we're gonna make sure that if we get a full price offer, that it's gonna appraise. Otherwise, the deal falls through the cracks. So now he's going to be able to do appraisals on your behalf. So that's going to be a huge plus for deal makers, certified appraiser. So keep that in mind. That's happening in the market today. But again, having a mentor, right? That's critical. And doing JVs with people who know more than you. But the key is to execute, take action, and it goes back to building the relationships. Talk to the neighbor next door. Anybody else who wants to share? Holdbacks, Lucy, Rob, anyone, Freddie, or people on the line?
Actually, I don't do a lot of stuff on MLS because everybody's fishing in the same pool. I like Red Ocean, so I like to direct yourself. You direct yourself, you have more control. Really, you have to solve the problems. So I'm looking at people that have problems, stress properties, probates. So that's what I'm marketing to. You know, so MLS is good, but everybody's shot, everybody's in that pool, everybody fighting. So I have different marketing techniques. So I'm finding out what the other guys are doing, they get their profits or more, get more profits or market deals are a lot better. You know, and we find somebody that's a problem they're ready to sell. They're more motivated. You know, so that's what I'm that. So on that, just more marketing money.
Marketing, absolutely. Thank you, Freddie. Anybody else online? Annalie, you're very successful in what you do. She's one of the top producers for Keller Williams. So, Annalie, would you like to share your experience, your secret? She's cooking a beautiful rehab in Elmhurst. Are you able to unmute yourself, Annalie? Rob, can you put me on the speaker, please? It's Annalie.
Okay, so I had a little difficulty hearing you. You sounded a little choppy. What was your question? I'm sorry. Oh, I think he's muted now.
I wanted you to share your story, Annalyn, about how your success.
You've been extremely successful, top producer for Keller Williams. Can you share your success tips with the group?
My success as an agent, or yes?
Right. So you're a great agent, you're a great investor, overall you've been extremely successful. So can you share your success?
Yeah, sure. So I think it's not even, it's natural when you're passionate about real estate in general, you know, and you love what you do. I think that it's contagious to people, you know, when you're honest with people and you just genuinely like helping out whenever possible. You know, I think that that's something that people appreciate. It's not a hard sale. It's just something that when you like what you do, you shine, and that is, you know, radiating heat for people wanting to learn more about it, whether they're looking into investing or buying a home for the first time. You know, when you're partner up with someone who's got the right energy and really genuinely wanting to help out, I think that's what people seek, you know.
Thank you, Anna. Anybody else on the line who would like to share or talk about your holdbacks? Okay, so this is how we can help you, okay? Because it's all about helping each other. Who's still not part of the deal makers right now? Who's not a deal maker? 1, 2, that's it? You're not a deal maker, right? No, okay. So this is what we're doing. So number one, our commitment between Rose and myself is to bring the deals to you. So we don't want you to struggle with spending time, effort, resources in bringing the deals to you. So that's our commitment, both off market and MLS. Okay, that's number one. And then number two, we are bringing great partners for funding. Okay, so we want to make sure, in fact, these next 2 weeks, I want to make sure that every single deal maker has all the ducks in a row. Okay, because now when we bring a deal, you've got to have all the documents in a row so that we are able to pull the trigger and don't waste any time, so that you can immediately enter on the right. You're going to know upfront if you need a partner, a capital partner, or not. So we want to make sure that in the next 2 weeks we focus on making sure that you have the financing ready, if not the partner, the capital partner. Okay, so that's the objective for the next 2 weeks. Okay, because we're gonna talk to some of our key player partners, and they're gonna give us really good bachelor. So I'm gonna make sure that you all are ready to pull the trigger. Okay, so that's the objective. The past objective in the last 2 weeks, we did the recap palooza, so we showed about 9 properties. So we took you inside for recaps and explain to you what to do, what not to do, roadblocks, how we overcame the issues and lessons learned. So that was an amazing learning experience for everyone. So again, we bring deals, we help you line up funding, and then the next one is facilitate the partnership. So that's going to be hand in hand with the funding, right? For those of you who don't have the capital, we're going to make sure that we pair you up with someone who does have the capital, okay? And then number 3, sharing resources. So that's going to be, we want to make sure that you know where those are, all the contractors that we use, windows, roofs, and anything that you can think of, okay? So it's readily available to all of you. Start doing breakouts. And then on top of it, we're going to add, if you're interested in doing wholesaling at a different level, we're going to bring you on the Russell's wing, okay, on a one-on-one with him. So that's his commitment, because we want to make sure that you're successful in all 3 strategies: wholesaling, flipping, and buying more, okay? Again, the partnerships are meant for flips. Flips is just a way to capitalize yourself, but the long-term, I would say, best strategy would be a rental and buyer, because you have the passive income, right? If you do wholesales and flips, you always need to be actively doing flip. Otherwise, your income goes up to 0, right? Whereas if you're engaging in rentals, you will have passive income. Not only that, your net worth over time goes up. Property prices go up, rents go up over time, population grows, demand grows. So right now the rental market is hotter than hot. Okay, it's crazy. I was showing when I was looking for the spreadsheet of the MLS deals. We rented a unit. We had 117 inquiries. So you can rent it. We were asking for 1,200. We ended up renting it for 1,450. And I mean, the market is just insane when it comes to the rental market. So it's the best time right now to get into rentals because it's so hot. We're increasing rents. We used to increase them by $50. Now they're going up by $200, $300, up to $400. We recently bought a property in Dalton, and then the rent was $1,400. It went up to $1,735. The tenant didn't have a problem, because it's that hot of a market, okay? So rents are through the roof. So this is the perfect time. So you guys are at the perfect time to get into rentals. So I want to make sure that you all are very successful by being part of the network. Now, once you take to be part of the network, to join the deal makers is $5,000, and that includes the hand in hand with the wholesaling aspect with Russell. And every time we source a deal that you buy, it's 3% of the purchase price. So if the property is $100,000, we charge you $3,000 at close. Okay. So we want to bring more deals to you so that you become more successful. Now, if you want to put your name or investment in one of these properties, it's $1,000 per property to increase your track record. And again, if you want to invest more money, like Veronica, Joanne, Manuel, you can put more than 10,000. We give you a percentage of the profit split. Less than 10,000, we pay you 12% interest. Okay, so that's how we can help you today, right now. So if you're interested, please come see us. We want to make sure that you take advantage of these and start, getting rid of these obstacles. And I would say these are myths that we've gone through them, and we want to make sure that you don't go or make the same mistakes.
What's the percentage of the profit?
So it's going to be proportionate to the investment. So let me give an example. If the all-in investment is 100,000 and you bring in 20,000, so automatically you're entitled to 20% of the profit split. So it's proportionate to your investment.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you join,
100,000 and we put in 100,000, we get 100% of the profit.
so that's a good point. So if you bring 100,000, then that's all you do. That you bring the money. We're gonna be in charge of bringing the deal and doing the rehab. So the split in that JV is gonna be probably 50-50 or 60-40. Okay, because we're gonna do the rehab, we're gonna get the deal, and we're gonna sell it. So if we do that, then it's, this is what I like to say. It's better to take 25% of something than 100% of nothing, right? Even if you have 100,000 in the bank, but you do nothing, it's better to take less. So yeah, right now there's an abundance of capital to do deals. So yeah, that's the typical JV. If you bring the money and we do the rest, it's 60-40. If let's say somebody does the rehab, they're entitled to about 30%. Okay, 30-40%. So it depends. Are there any questions?
Hey, Hugo.
Yes, exactly. 20,000, we add you onto the operating agreement. It counts as a track record. Absolutely. Yes, Sixto, a question on the line?
Oh, no, whenever you want, I can present that 1317 property that I was talking about yesterday. You wanted me to talk about it?
Yeah, if you can spend like 2 minutes, because we're compiling a list. We have like 10 properties already on the contract plus yours. Can you spend like quickly 2 minutes talking about that to the group?
The one that I closed on, right?
Yes. Is everyone listening to what Sixto is saying?
Okay.
You have the microphone.
Can I share the screen?
I can hear.
Can you let me share the screen?
Hear you.
Can you let me share the screen?
Share your screen? Yeah, we'll make you the presenter. Or you will do 16.
I'm on 2 lines, so and that's on the other line, not on the one that I'm on the screen.
Okay, so we'll make you the presenter.
Not that one. Are you able to make me the presenter?
Yeah, the computer is taking forever, but if you're going to quickly talk about it,
okay.
Just the
I'll
overall
just talk about it.
high-level numbers. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, so I bought this property at 1319 of Broadway in North Chicago. I bought it for $144. The amount that I expect to put into the property is just $10,000. It was side by side, two flat. Each unit has 3 bedrooms, 1.5 bath, basement, and we're getting like 4 people to go ahead and work on the empty unit and getting it done in 1 week. We're going to be renting that one for $1,350. We already have a tenant waiting, and then so we expect to have it rented by June 1st. We just closed on it on Friday. The other one is rented through Section 8, so they're on a lease, but only for $900, which is kind of too low. At the end of this one is that it should have, even after a 10% property manager contribution from me, that it'll be cash flowing about 800 is what I'm expecting. My monthly cash flow pre-tax, etc., will be about 869, which is a great annual cash return of about 502%. So it's a very great deal, very, very nice one. And then putting that one aside, if anyone's interested, there's a 1103 Wadsworth. I just put that for sale today. I already got about like 7 calls on it, and that's a 2-flat for 125, not too far from the same area. And so if anyone's interested, they should try to see that one. And lastly, I got one coming on the market tomorrow. It's 38235 North Adelphi. 38235 North Adelphi in Beach Park. It's only $679,000 if anyone's interested.
Okay, thank you, Sixto. So do me a favor, can you send the list to support, and then we'll compile that with the ones we're going to send out to the group, okay? So I want to make sure that everyone is registered so that you get the list of off-market properties that we're going to share with all of you. So if you can please send us a text message. Where is the PowerPoint? There it is. Okay. So send a text message to 818-818 with your first name, last name, and email, and then we'll make sure that's how we can register. So again, text message to 818-818, and then put in your name, last name, and email, and then we're going to make sure that we send you the list of all the off-market properties on the contract, including Sixto's deals. So, okay, so let me put it up on the screen. So again, text 818-818, and then we're going to make that list available to you. And I think I ran out of memory or something.
Yeah, you ran out of memory. Happened to me too.
Perfect. Was everyone able to send a text message to 818-818? Okay, perfect. So that we make that list available to you. So it's 818-818, and then your first name, last name, and email. Because the computer, I think I would need to restart it. Yeah. Okay, so thank you, Sixto, for sharing that. So again, we want to make sure that you don't spin your wheels, waste your time. We want you to be successful today. It's all about working together, doing deals together, and then having a mentor that will help you not only with the analysis, but pretty much it's like a bouncing wall, right? So you can brainstorm anything that you can think of real estate related. Do you have anything else to add, Russell?
I just want to say what kind of analyst talked about is.
Can we get the microphone?
The way people successful in the business is if real estate, like, and the only way people successful is like if real estate is your passion, and that's what you focus on. Because if real estate isn't your passion, or it's hard work and labor for you, and it sucks for you to analyze deals, it sucks for you to go to property and you hate it, then you're not going to be successful in this business. So I think the only way, like, you have to really be passionate about it and love it, because that's the way you're going to get through, you know. Like, for me, like, it took me like 6 months to close my first deal. That's the only way I got through those 6 months was I was passionate about it. This is like what I knew, what I wanted to do, right? And once you know what you want to do, you know, put the blinders on, turn off all the other shiny objects, and just focus on real estate. And you just focus on it, master one thing, and you're gonna be successful at it, right? So if real estate is your passion, that's why I'm pretty sure that's why everyone's here. You're passionate about real estate, that's why you're here, right? Yeah, just focus. Put the blinders on, stop learning about crypto and stocks and all that other stuff. You have to just focus. And that's the only way you can succeed, right? Because before, when I was unsuccessful, I would bounce from thing to thing, from stocks to this and that, this shiny object. And when you focus on one thing, that's when you're going to be successful, right? So I would say just focus. You know, if you join the group, become part of the group. Just put the blinders on and focus, you know, turn everything else off that you're trying to learn and just focus, and then just master real estate. Become a master at making offers, a master at analyzing deals, a master at talking to sellers, making offers. And once you start saying, yeah, this is what I'm going to master, then that's when you're going to commit to it, make a full-time commitment to it, and that's when you're going to be successful.
Just to add on to what Russell said, you know, he said focus. So the key is that you need to focus on activities that are going to make you money. And there are only 3 activities that you can focus on that are going to make you money: talking to sellers, talking to listing agents, and making offers. That's when you're going to make money in real estate. Anything else that you do, it's necessary, but it's sort of like overhead. So again, talking to sellers, talking to listing agents, and making offers. That's where you're going to be making the money, okay? Because you don't make money in real estate when you actually buy the property, or when you rehab the property, or when you sell the property. You make money in real estate when you have a great deal on the contract. That's when you make money. Like few of the deal makers, let me give you some examples. Like for instance, Nick Andrews, he's a certified appraiser, deal maker. He's closing on property in Stager. He's walking into the deal with $40,000 in equity. Okay, so he's buying that for like 100, 105, and the property appraised for 150 as his value. Luis Dueñas, he bought another property in Lansing about 3 weeks ago. As his value, he bought it for 146 and it appraised for 184. So again, 38,000 in equity as his value. So again, when you have a great deal on the contract, that's when you make money. That's where we're able to wholesale properties, because we have a great deal on the contract. Okay, you don't need to actually have the money to buy it. You can reassign the rights of that contract to somebody else. So again, that's when you make money in real estate, when you have a great deal on the contract. So yeah, again, talking to leasing agents it's going to be very critical. And in fact, that's a strategy that we apply when working with MLS properties. We've gotten a handful of them from MLS on the contract. And the way we do that is by building rapport with the listing agent and getting a verbal acceptance from them prior to us writing an offer. Because when you write an offer, it's going to be 100% wrong. Either you come in too high, too low, wrong terms, right? So you want to solidify and formalize the offer in writing once you have a verbal acceptance from the seller or the listing agent. So that's how we're able to, get these properties on the contract, and few other strategies that we use with earnest money, dual agency, and so forth. So our team, our in-house brokers, we have 4, have become amazing. Brian, Alberto, Jerry, Mark, Frida, my wife. So they're become amazing at getting these MLS properties on the contract. So that's something that we also bring to the table, and you don't have to worry about scanning properties because we are scanning those already, 7 counties. So we're identifying great deals, potential deals. And when we identify a potential deal, sometimes you don't even have time to go see the property. You've got to engage with the listing agent ASAP to find out where you need to be to get the deal done. Okay, so that, we apply some tricks. So it's going to be very difficult for people who are not part of this community or network to pretty much get ahead. I mean, we're going to leave most of the competition really far back in the dust, okay, because we have experience, resources, and the connections to make things work. So we want to make this available to all of you. So again, my goal, my passion is 100% success for every single deal maker. And that is why I ask every single one of you to join. If you still don't have a deal, we're going to make at least 10 deals available to you. If you like them, let us know, and then we're going to make it happen for you one way or another. Okay, so we want to do JVs. We want to partner up with you, understand where you're coming from, and then make it happen for you. Anything, any questions, anything that you would like to share?
What's your thought about utilizing a HELOC to bring capital?
Oh, absolutely. So HELOC is a home equity line of credit. So on your primary residence, if you have equity, absolutely, because that's going to be the cheapest money, right? So you can tap into that to invest in real estate. In fact, I think Dan, are you here, Dan? He was here earlier, so that's what he did. He got a HELOC, and now he's putting that money into real estate. Few deal makers have been doing that, so it's just a great way. It's the cheapest money out there. Oh, perfect. Awesome. So yeah, no, that's critical. But again, money, there's more money to be lent than deals to be funded. So don't worry if you don't have the money, just focus on the relationships. Okay, that's going to be super critical. Like for instance, we're doing a deal in Lansing with our capital partner. Before he left the country, he said, Hugo, do you need money? Do you need money? I'm going to be out of the country. I'm going to be back in 2 weeks. Let me know if you need money. I mean, he's desperate to yeah, exactly, to give his money, to lend his money. We're doing equity partnership, meaning that we're splitting profits. But yeah, I mean, he's got tons of money. So again, capital it's not the issue when you have the connections and you're part of the network. But if you're going to do it by yourself, man, it's going to be really, really, really difficult to make it happen. I'm telling you that from experience, right? It's like reinventing the wheel, starting from scratch. I hate reinventing the wheel. Yeah, there's no reason why you should do that, because time is the most valuable asset that you all have, and unfortunately, you can never get it back. If you spin your wheels, that's valuable time away from your family that you will never ever be able to get back. So that is why when you decide to work with us, your investment is going to be made 10 times fold in the near future. Does that make sense? So my biggest thing when I talk to you guys on a one-on-one is that I don't want to have the same conversation 2 years from now and find out that you're in the same place. That would kill me, right? So I want to make sure that you're successful, you execute, you take action today. As the people say, knowledge is power, but execution trumps knowledge all day long. So you might know everything you want to know, but if you don't execute and take action, but again, you've got to be careful when you take action, and that is why you have mentors, people to bounce ideas off of to make sure that you're on the right track. So that's been extremely successful. As you've seen, 16 wholesale deals, 37 transactions, that the results speak for themselves, okay? So we want to make sure that if you're not part of the deal makers, that you join today to really help you take your real estate investment efforts to the next level. Whether you have money, capital, we'll work with you to make sure that that happens, okay? Again, my commitment is to make you successful, because 3-4 years ago, I was in your shoes, so I know what it's like. And I want to make sure that we level off the playing field with the top key players. They don't like it, what I'm doing. They don't like what we're doing, right? Because they want to take all these home run deals for themselves. But we're not now allowing them to do so, and they're not happy about it. So, but it's just about time for ordinary investors to start taking these home run deals. Okay, so that's my objective, my passion, and Russell's objective as well, to help you become successful today, not in 2, 3, 4 years. Okay, and we know what it takes to do it. So yeah, get a copy of the book today. I'll sign it and then come join this great team. And then again, we're gonna make this list available to you. Did you get the chance to register so we know you're here and send you the deals? Okay, perfect. The same applies for online. So are there anything that you wanna share, cover, or ask? You've been very quiet today. Anything? So just come forward if you want to discuss, network. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, just not sure of the format here, but is there also an opportunity to like network, present, wholesale deals if we have them?
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, that's what he does. That's what he does.
So you have to be in it to do that. Like if I have a wholesale deal, I can't.
Exactly.
Okay.
And this is the power. If you have a wholesale deal, guess what? We're going to work with you. Either we sell it within deal makers or we help you move it. So between Russell and our network, if it makes sense, we're going to move it in one showing. Because I would say combined over 30,000 at least cash buyers, at least. So it's super powerful. Any other comments? So I know you're a newbie. It's a lot of information for you. Like, tell me.
Deal makers?
Yeah, deal makers. So it's 5,000 to join. And we're going to make something really cool today. So if you join today, I know 5,000 is not change, right? So we're going to work with you. If you decide to join today, only today, we're going to work with you to make sure that it doesn't break your pocket, okay? I want to make sure that you guys are still okay, but you become part of the group today. So we'll work with you one way or another, right? To make sure that we customize. If we need to do a payment plan or whatever it takes, well, we want to help you. That's what it comes down to. Okay, so Russell and I are committed to taking your real estate efforts to the next level. We don't want to see you in 2 years from now and find out that you are where you are today. That would be, devastating, right? Because then your time is wasted. How has it been for you? You're a newbie. From what?
So I mean, like the beginners for dummies version. So that's why I came up. Everything sounds great. Everything sounds tempting and good, but I don't know where it actually starts. Like, where do you actually begin? Where do you actually come up to be like these individuals that already kind of know what they're doing, the wholesale deals and bring the deals? And I understand that it takes a number, but where do you start beginning to get on? Where do you get the deal? That's kind of where I'm at right now.
Okay, so that's a great question. Being a newbie, where do you start? Let's assume you joined today. Okay, so what's the next step? What should you do next? Bella joined last week or so. So what I told Bella, you need to start calling every single one of the deal makers that we assign you. So we either put you in the money bucket or in the experience time bucket. So we want to make sure that you connect with the other bucket to start getting to know each other. That's where you start, okay? We also have a dashboard online with training for wholesaling and for buy and hold and flip. So it's a 10 module, very simple training in a sequential manner, which in fact is in the book, right? So that just helps you understand the basics and where to start, A through Z, in a sequence, okay? Because when you go to real estate meetings, you get content that it's scattered. It doesn't have a sequence, but you do need to have a sequence when you start in real estate. Just like when you do a house, you cannot put the windows without the foundation. It's the same thing. So we're gonna take you in a 10-week module training that is already pre-recorded by me, easy modules, less than 5-minute videos for you to fully understand what it takes. That's one side in your free time, but most importantly, you're gonna need to connect with the people on the other bucket. So these are your first two steps. So the key is for you to connect with at least one or two people, deal makers, on a daily basis. And the way you're going to connect is, introduce yourself and tell them what you bring to the table, what you lack, and what you're interested in, either flips, wholesales, your exit strategy, or buy and hold, for instance. Okay? Or a combination of all of them. So that's the starting point. Okay, getting some knowledge and getting to know people. That's where it's gonna get you the most. Okay.
If I were to, for example, if I say I want to do like the wholesale aspect of it in this 10-week module, it'll explain basically how to get into it.
Not only that, but you're gonna be under Russell's wing, right? If you want to focus on wholesaling, that's his expertise. He's done 16 of them. Over 170,000 in the last 3 months. So then you're gonna go under his wing. He's got a separate meeting on Wednesdays and Tuesdays. So
we also give you like the way you get wholesale deals is like contacting people behind the taxes, behind the mortgage, behind the just rid of the property, you're going to bankruptcy. So we give you access to all of those leads, and we show you how to get the phone numbers, get the email, and how to call them. So it's just basically, we give you the entire tax mailing list, the entire familiar list. We show you how to skip tracing, get the phone numbers. And you're just basically going to call them, and then we give you a script. So you just follow the script word for word. And then what you have to do, a little bit of work is what we showed you today is getting the comps, getting the ARV. You plug that into the system, and the system will come up with an offer for you. And then there's a second script when you're making the offer. There's a second script, so you know what to say when you're making the offer. So in the whole process, you know what to say when you answer the phone, and then when you're about to make the offer, you know exactly what to say because it's right in front of you. So you're always going to know what to say and what to do next.
I mean, that's when you make the connections with you guys, I'm assuming, so just try to get the property.
Yeah, once you get under contract, that's the thing, like for everyone, like once you get a deal under contract, the money is going to be there. Whether you want to buy it yourself to flip it, if it's a really good deal, I'm pretty sure we can just go in this room and raise money.
Of course.
And we partner on the deal. Or you can wholesale it and just sign the contract and pay, 10, 20 grand wholesale fee. Or you want to take it down, Kibo's raised private money that we just take it down and just put it back on the market or maybe the rehab.
Absolutely. So some of the properties that I showed, probably 4 or 5 that we bought in the last 2 months, they were all paid cash by capital partners with the deal from the deal makers. A couple of them were outside of the deal makers, but yeah, deal makers has incredible capital power, if the numbers make sense. So that's a great question for beginners. So we have the path, the training path, and the connection, right? Networking with the right individual. So again, we'll work with you today when you join, just today, okay? Because we want to make sure that you're successful today. And again, if you came, we're going to send you the list first in the morning tomorrow with all the properties, the numbers, and if you're interested, we'll arrange the showing. And then if you want to take it to the next level, we'll do the JV for you, depending on what you're missing. If you like the property, you want to do the deal, we'll help you. Anybody else? Yeah, Keith.
I missed the first part of the meeting part of one of the meetings last week that mentioned the 84. What is the 84?
Oh, we got an off-market list of 84 properties. So yeah, we picked and choose the best, and we're closing on them as we speak. So tomorrow we have about 2 or 3 closings from that list. So yeah.
So we could, deal makers can review that list if we choose one from that list that we want to take down.
Exactly.
Just submit the request to you guys.
Exactly. Just pick and choose the one you want. Yeah. So another one, a condo that Roy is buying, he's buying out for 55, it appraised for 115. So again, at least 30,000 in equity or more.
That's on the list. I just didn't know.
Yeah, that's what that is. So we got that off market. Okay, so anybody else? Yes. Okay, Sixto, please check the chat. Rob posted something on the chat.
We got a couple people asking questions about the properties.
Okay, perfect. So we're gonna distribute that to everyone tomorrow, first thing in the morning. So we'll get the details from Sixto and distribute that. Okay, guys. So if no further questions, we're here. Russell and myself are here. Come get your book and then get started with our group today. Okay. So thank you everyone for joining, and I hope you learned a lot today. And we look forward to making you more successful.
Well, I have
Thank
a
you,
quick
guys.
question.
Thank you, guys. Yes, a question on the line. Go ahead.
I just wanted to know about the recording. Will it be made available in the chat or where?
Yeah, absolutely, Veronica. We'll put it on the dashboard.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.